I'm back vlogging already. Did see it's not been so long since the last Feb vlog one went up. It's actually a little bit early for me this morning. Normally after I wake up, before I start eating, I like quite a big long gap because I just don't feel hungry. But today we're off to Ikea, so I'm trying to have some porridge before we go out. I'm just not really feeling like it though. Porridge. Well, there goes the sun. Okay, I finished my porridge. It has gone so dark in here. It's almost like I need to switch the lights on. It was bright and sunny 10 minutes ago. I can't believe it. I think it's going to be a stormy one today. It's gone as dark as it would be at night. Crazy. I think I'm steaming up the car a bit in here. They've been threatening snow for weeks, but today actually might be the day that we get it. It's really sleety now, but it feels cold enough that it could turn into snow. We're headed to Ikea today. We're after a table. We've got a big round table at home, but I actually just want a small narrow table because our front room is small, and the round one takes up too much space, and because it's round there's so much of it that you don't really use that much. I wanted to get it delivered actually, but the table's quite cheap. I think the table's £41. The delivery was going to be £35. We made it! We're going into Ikea. I'm the last person that you want to give you directions anywhere, but I do know the way to Ikea. After getting lost several times before. That's good. It's really snowing out there now. Hopefully it's not going to stick, and we're having meatballs to get us going for our shopping trip. I'm not planning on being here too long. I would like to do a quite quick in and out if I can. The market hall is always a dangerous part. I do want a glass though, just one single glass. Oh, here's some with blue. It would be aisle 59 that we're looking for, the one that is absolutely furthest from the tills. We popped into B&Q because I've been pricing up the polycarbonate for the greenhouse and it's really expensive, and I was like, well, maybe it's just going to be cheaper to get a whole new greenhouse. And B&Q have got greenhouses on offer, but they've got no glazing, and I just asked somebody about it and she said they've only got what's on the shelves, so they just don't sell the glazing to go with these greenhouses. But these are the bases, so this is 6x8 and this is 6x6, and you can see they've been reduced 75, £5, and then they've also got, that's the other base. Then they've also got the frames as well, which are also only £5. So that's a really good bargain, but sadly not much good without any glass to go in it. Well, not glass, polycarbonate. We're just about to go into Boots, but it's hailing quite heavily. I think it's stopping. We're gonna make a dash for it. It's all fun and games until it actually comes to putting the table up, so I'm gonna attempt it now. I'm sure it should be simple. It's just a plank of wood with 4 legs, but if you've ever put anything together from Ikea before, you probably know it never actually is that easy. So this is the big round table that's coming out, and you can see why a flat table across that wall is going to work better in the space. It ended up actually only costing £24, so these legs were £2.25 each, obviously 4 of those. And then this is the tabletop we got, Lindemann. Well, that was actually really easy. There is a giant stain on the tablecloth which we need to clear up. We use this table as like our dining room table, but we also use it most of the time as a desk, so we need those other 2 chairs in there, but just figuring out which place is the best spot to put them so you can still get the computer chair under the table. But I'm really happy with that, and as I say, yeah, it only cost like £24, so it was well worth the trip today. And it has given us like a bigger space right where I'm standing now. It just opens up the room a little bit more because it is just a tiny room, so it's got to make the most of the space you've got. So Trevor's going to take the car back and I'm making some tea. I'm doing a vegetable lasagna for us. It's actually Trevor's mum's recipe. It's got cottage cheese in it and spinach. We make it quite a lot. It's a really nice one. Yes, Trevor's taking the car back to my sister. It worked out really well today because me and Trevor are both off this week and she works 9 to 5, which means between 9 and 5 the car is just sitting at her work and she only works up the road. So Trevor cycled out there on his bike, picked the car up and came back and picked me up, and we went off to Ikea, and then he's gone back to get the car now, and then he'll come back on his bike, and it has stopped snowing, so he'll be dry as well. So to start off, I'm just heating up some oil in this pan. I'm going to fry off some onions. I might actually move my laptop up a little bit. I'm watching some YouTube videos there. Put these onions in. So I'm just making a tomatoey sauce to start off with. So like so many things, it starts with fried onions. So just pop the garlic in there, and there's 2 jars of passata and some Italian herb. Actually, it's not Italian herb, it's this Morrison's mixed herb. The other layer of the lasagna is a spinach layer. So in here I've got parsley. There's loads of parsley there, but it was getting a bit droopy in the fridge, so I thought I would use it all up. And then this is a carton of cottage cheese, a little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of lemon zest, so make sure you get the unwaxed lemons. And then I'm also putting some red pepper in there. Give that a stir all together, and then the spinach goes in it, but the spinach you need to wilt first and squeeze out the excess water, or it just makes the dish too liquidy. So I'm doing a big one of these for tonight and 2 smaller ones for the freezer. I was just trying to break the lasagna sheets, but I didn't do a very good job of it. This is the spinach. I just popped it in the pan to cook it, and then I let it cool a little bit and just squeeze it to get the liquid out. I really don't know if that's the best way, but it's the best way I found, so I'll hold it over the sink to squeeze the liquid. And then you just dice that up, and it's just so you haven't got these long stems in it. And then it's just layering it all up. So there's a tiny bit of sauce on the bottom just to stop the pasta from sticking, and then a decent layer on top of that. And then the spinach and ricotta layer on top of that. Because I've got such a long flat dish, I'm just going to do a couple of layers in this, and then we'll have, instead of having it deep, we'll just have large long flat pieces. And then I've just put mozzarella on, and I'm going to stick it in the oven and let that go brown. It'll also need to cook the pasta. I did also manage to get 2 portions for the freezer, so just need to put the top layer onto those. I think the ricotta layer in these, you can put Parmesan cheese in it. It's one of those ones, it's open to interpretation. I put the lemon in, we didn't have any Parmesan, so you can put whatever you like in with it really. It's just a creamy spinach base. So the lasagna is ready. I just popped it in the oven for about 25 minutes. The cheese is nice and browned, which is how I really like it. It has started raining again. Trevor got back nice and dry, but we were going to go to the Shropshire organic meeting tonight, which is in town, but it's a bit of a walk. It's maybe not quite half an hour, but it's a good 25 minutes. And it's raining, and I remember last time when we went it was really cold in there, so I just don't think it would be very pleasant to walk out there in the rain, sit in the cold, and then have to walk back again, which is a pity really, because I think they've got a speaker on exotic plants tonight, but it's definitely somewhere I want to go back to again. I just think once the weather's a bit nicer and it's a more pleasant walk in the evening will be good. But I'm gonna call it a day here, guys. I hope you've enjoyed joining me for a vlog again, and I'm gonna make it a regular thing, so I'll be back again with another day in the life vlog next Friday. Good night. I've got something exciting to show you outside. Hopefully it's gonna show up on the camera. My fairy light